to another episode of the Marriage Conversation.
Gang.
And once again, I'm Nakia, the wife.
I'm EJ, the husband.
And we are...
the McDuffies.
Gang, gang.
Yeah. So, I say this every time. If you haven't listened to the previous episodes, it's okay. It's okay. You can continue to listen to this one. But please, after you finish listening to this one, go back and check out the other ones. Like, we be dropping gems, and so we don't want y'all to miss out. You know what I'm saying?
And you miss some good entertainment and some real live marriage conversations.
Yeah, for real. Because I'm an idiot sometimes, and so,
His words, not mine.
When I say idiot, I'm talking about in forms of jokes. So, yeah. Maybe I should say a fool. I'm a fool sometimes. I was
thinking another way. He a knucklehead.
Never that. But at any rate, we got another one for y'all today. So
pause. Let's just say in the last 2 episodes, EJ did not have on his wedding ring.
Why you gotta call me out?
Let it be noted. But we want to congratulate him on tonight for putting his ring on. He remembered. But I'll give him a pass because he works from home, so
yeah,
he just gets up and goes to the computer and doesn't think about adorning himself.
Do this, roll over, check my phone, and then I go to work. Well, first I pray and do all that stuff, then I go to work. But yeah, so what are we talking about today?
Today we are going to be talking about... I forgot.
The benefits of marriage. See? She don't even know what we're talking about today.
Oh, we discussed different topics too, so I was stuck on something else.
I'm carrying this podcast on my back right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting up 30 every game. So, yeah, let's jump into it.
Are you finished or are you done?
Yeah, let's jump into it. The benefits of marriage.
And that's the goal of this podcast. And that is the goal of this podcast, to make marriage sexy, to make it appealing for those people who desire it, to make you continue to want to desire it and aspire to it, and be something that you can attain and enjoy and have fun with.
Yeah.
Yes. So.
Because my wife is a knucklehead. She tried to clean it up. Go ahead, though.
Try to clean up what?
You forgot. And then,
I redeemed myself.
Okay.
I missed the first shot. Now I'm back in the gym. I was practicing.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So, benefits. Let's run them down.
All right. So, EJ said the benefit of being married. This is his point.
Oh, okay. That's my point.
Yes, because I wrote down what he said.
Okay,
he
give
said,
me my points. Yeah.
Partner, teammate, spades player. But let it be written, let it be heard that EJ does not play spades. He knows how to play, but every time you ask him to play spades, oh man, I don't want to play spades.
Listen. I've been playing spades since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. When you grow up in the South, in the country, like, you learn that at a very, very early age. And so I don't like sitting down at a cookout, at a party, at a function, stuck somewhere for 45 minutes to an hour playing spades when I could work the room and talk to people and do all that stuff. But to my initial point, being married and having a spouse, you have that built-in spades player. And if your spouse don't know how to play spades, it could be Tonk or Monopoly. Yeah, you got a partner for everything. You know what I'm saying? You want to go on a walk, ask your partner. You want to go to the grocery store, ask your partner. You want to have sex tonight, ask your partner. So that's all I'm saying. You get a partner.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's, especially if you have those conversations before marriage, shameless plug, previous episode.
Go check it out.
You already know what your partner, your spouse is bringing to the table. So you know that you can reach out to them when you need somebody for a particular thing. Be it, like you just said, a walk, going to the store, somebody to have your back when somebody's getting on your nerves at work. That type of stuff. Like, you just always have somebody in your corner. You're a teammate. And just like we mentioned in a conversation about, fighting fair, your teammates, that's your partner. So your teammates in life at this point. So
yeah, I mean, it's just a dope benefit. If you can't count on nobody else, you got one ride or die.
Right. That's the plan. That's the goal.
Yeah. One band, one sound. You know what I'm saying?
Did I just delete my whole note?
No, it automatically saves.
No, I pressed. Oh, I started a new note. My bad.
Told you, man. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm carrying this podcast on my back. All right, what's the next one?
For me, I put this down as that you have a best friend. And I say that especially for EJ and I's relationship. We built a friendship before we started a romantic relationship. So EJ is legit my friend. And not just my friend, he's my best friend. So I can talk to him about anything. There's times when we're talking, I'd be like, girl.
I'm nobody's girl. But, yeah.
But ladies, you know how it is. Sometimes when you talking to your husband and you get into that conversation real good, and you just be like, "Girl, child, you just won't believe." Like, and you just be like, "Girl," you be like, "Dang, my bad. I'm sorry." You getting into the thick of it. But EJ's legit my best friend. I like being around him. I like hanging out with him. And even with a best friend that is, you know, platonic and is not romantic, you know, you may not want to be around them all the time, but you know that if you need to be around them or you need something from them, you can reach out to them. And I feel like I can do that with EJ. Like if I need some gas money, if I need somebody to come pick me up,
Don't call me.
I lock my keys in my car at work.
Don't call me.
If I drop a shoe outside or I leave my shoe outside at the house and I have to wear my Crocs to work.
Don't call me.
If I forget my lunch, I got somebody that's, you know, that's my friend. If I want somebody to cut up with,
oh, call me for that.
That's my friend.
You
if I want somebody
Kiki
to turn up with, that's my friend. Like,
yeah.
you know, we can party, we can chill, we can have deep discussions, we can have surface level conversations. It's just, that's my friend. Like, my friend, my turn up buddy, my partner. Like, that's it, that's all.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. A built-in best friend.
I don't know why my phone keeps locking. I also put...
No. It's not juice. It might taste
I'll
like
get you a
juice,
little bit of soda once we finish, okay?
Yeah, you're on my
A
podcast.
little treat. So what I also said is if you decide to have children, you have a co-parent. Like someone that, you know, lives with you.
Yeah.
So if you have children and from a previous relationship, you know, that's fine. But you also have, it's good to have that person in the house. Because if you have a relationship with somebody else, you know, you don't live with them. You know, you have this child, but you may not live with them. And so you don't parent in the same space. And I feel like it's just different parenting in the same space.
It is.
So you have somebody to kind of bounce ideas on, somebody to kind of call you out when you may be doing something that is not to the benefit of your child. So just somebody like really, again, going back to the partner thing, like partner is number one.
Yeah.
Everything really just...
It's a subset of being a partner.
Just really have somebody to support you and bounce ideas off of. Sometimes there can be a little tension there, but you know, I could not imagine doing everything that needs to be done for Harper by myself. Yeah. Even though I carry it on my back, like EJ carried his podcast.
No, I think that's fair though. I think that's fair. As someone who had a child before me and Nakia got married, I thought that parenting was so easy, and I was, boy, was I wrong.
You thought, it's different when you have a live-in kid.
Yeah, a live-in kid is different from when you co-parenting and the other parent has like the kid the most of the time, or you only see the kid on weekends, or maybe one time during the week or something like that. Like whoever the parent is that spend majority of time with the kid, kudos to them, because it's completely different. You know, it's things that you never account for when you only spend Saturday and Sunday with the kid.
Right. There's decisions that, you know, the parent who lives there has to make that if you're not living with that child on a regular basis, you don't have to make all those decisions all the time, and they're not gonna call you every single time.
Yeah, for every single decision. Nobody expects them to, you know,
because we in the house. EJ, Harper said she want to do this.
Yeah, and I say go ask your mama.
And I say go ask your daddy.
Yeah, no, we play that game, but you know, again, that's one of the benefits of being married. You can't play that game if you don't have nobody to play that game with.
Right.
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So, this is EJ's favorite thing. Hopefully he doesn't get too deep into this topic.
I'm not. We're going to put a whole episode around this.
Yes, but there are financial benefits because when you come together in marriage, you also join finances. So his salary, your salary, you put that together, and it's our salary. We are now a 6-figure household, you know, if you put salaries together. I'm not saying that's our figure, but...
Yeah, but I was going to be my example. So, Harper, stop. Stop hitting the balloon.
So your options are to go sit down and watch TV, or you can go upstairs and rest your body.
So yeah, so one person makes $45,000 a year. The other person makes $65,000 a year. Y'all bring that together now, and now y'all are a 6-figure household. And you can do a lot more. And I said this in a previous episode, but now you can pay off debt. Y'all, maybe you couldn't qualify for a mortgage by yourself, but now since y'all married, y'all can come together, combine your finances, and now y'all can get a house. You can buy a new car. You can go on vacation. Like, there's a lot of things that happens when you bring, like you said, you bring the two people together and become one. Now you have that extra money to pay off debt and do all of those types of things.
Go on shopping trips to Target.
Right, you know, all of that. Maybe you can give yourself a bigger allowance, you know, all of that. Like, again, I ain't gonna go too deep into it because I can talk about it all day, but yeah, there is a superpower that you get from being married as it relates to
and
finances.
There's tax benefits too, right?
I think I don't want to, again, consult a tax professional.
This is our unprofessional opinion.
This is unprofessional opinion, but I think that there is some type of tax benefits, like the way that you file and stuff like that. There could be some benefits for you for being married. So again,
anyway, the financial benefits are there.
Yeah, they're there for sure.
Also, when you get married, you have an accountability partner.
Oh,
so
100%. Go ahead though.
So if you say something, I would say for our household, if I say I'm going to do something and I mention it and then I haven't taken any actions towards that thing, you're going to be like, hey, you said such and such. What's going on with that? Right. And even EJ makes fun of me for working out like I do, or being
crackhead for the workout,
or caring so much about working out.
Crackhead for the workout.
The day I don't work out or don't mention anything about working out, meal prepping, health, nutrition, he's gonna be like, what's wrong? What's going on?
I was gonna make sure that she's doing okay, but I'm still gonna make fun of her.
And then when I am working out, he's like, oh yeah, okay, I see you, Kia. Yeah, I see this. Or he'll notice the changes in my body and be like, oh, I see that, I see that. So, you know, holding me accountable for the things that I say I'm gonna do and things that that are the habits I'm trying to build, and, you know, supporting me in that.
Yeah, and again, I know I keep saying, like I said on the last episode or a couple episodes before, but I think it goes back to that whole honesty thing and having that effective communication. Because now if you say, I want to save $5,000 this year, then okay, cool, let's get together, let's strategize, how we gonna do it? You know, we're gonna do X, Y, Z, let's write it down, let's put a little thermometer up and say we're gonna do it. So don't tell me you're gonna do something and you don't want me to hold you accountable.
Because he's gonna make sure.
Because I'm gonna make sure, and I expect somebody to do the same for me. Because we are one, like we one unit. And so if you out here not pursuing your dreams and your goals and nobody's holding you accountable, then we just look bad as a unit.
Right. It's like when Martin said, when I blow up,
yeah,
you blow up.
So yeah, that's, again, another very important one.
Because it's better when we do it together.
You sound like Bishop. You sound like Bishop.
It's always better when you do it together. It's good to have somebody like rooting for you, because a lot of times when you're doing things or going through it, you get discouraged, you have low points, but someone who's not actually in it with you and they're on the outside and they're seeing like the results and they see where you started and where you are now, they can, you know, push you forward. You know, kind of like, you know, like Matt Talk from Cheer, like, yes, push, you got this, I see you. Because sometimes when you're in it, you just don't see it. And that person on the outside can be the light and be the eyes and say, hey, I see what you're doing. Like, you started here, but look where you are now. So it's definitely great to have that motivation, that support, that, you know, accountability to say, you got to do what you say you're going to do. Be a man, woman, person of your word.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, EJ mentioned this, and this is not something that I even thought about.
Here we go.
I thought this was really good. Is having an extended family.
Yeah.
So
I be dropping gems, man. Again, I'm carrying this podcast on my back. So go ahead, though.
Yeah, so I only have a brother, but now I've gained another brother or a couple brothers from EJ's family and a sister-in-law, which I didn't grow up with a sister. And then you have more parents and
cousins.
For us, we have kids. Yeah, his cousins I call my cousins.
Yeah, all of
his
that.
Aunts and uncles, I just call them aunt, uncle, whatever.
Yeah. And I thought about it from this perspective. So for people who may have come from like a single parent home, or their family may have like died when they were younger and they don't really remember it or anything like that, like you instantly get, when you join, you instantly get the benefits. It's like graduation. You know, you get all of the rights and privileges conferred upon you as soon as you say I do and sign the paperwork. So now you get an extra mom, extra dad, extra set of grandparents, cousins, uncles, brothers, sisters, like all of that. Like there's people, so Nakia's family on her mama's side is like super large. Like she probably got 3,000 family members on that one side alone. And
I have 15 cousins, first cousins.
And every time I meet somebody, I be like, oh, I never met them before. Oh, that person cool. Like, and so I start following them on Instagram and stuff like that. But that's an added benefit of being married. Like, you get an opportunity to meet people. Like one of her cousins, it was like, I guess right in the middle of the pandemic, we went to his house and he's doing very well for himself. And I was like, dang, I never met this cousin before. He cool. I like him. He seems like a cool dude. But I got inspired just being around him and seeing what he was able to do for him and his family and like how nice they were living and things like that. So again, you get the extended family, but you also get the inspiration and all of those types of things too. So
yeah, like I built relationships with EJ's cousins outside of him.
They talk to her more than they talk to me. Like we got a cousin coming to spend some time with us for one of the weekends.
No, I talked to his brother.
Yeah, but still, she be talking to all of them. All of my Reagan, who is my daughter. Reagan is our 12-year-old. She be talking to Nakia more than I be talking to Reagan, or more than she call me. So and I be trying to call her, and literally she said this out of her mouth one day. She was like, "Oh, I saw it was you, Daddy." So I let the phone ring a little bit more. But when it's not Nakia, she answers on the first ring. So again, an added benefit. An added benefit.
That's hilarious. Y'all see the jealousy coming through?
Yeah, talk about your jealousy. I was on the phone with her mama tonight. And her mama was waxing deep. And Nakia was like, here, just take the phone.
My mom was obsessed with him. EJ can do no wrong in her eyes. If I even raise my voice a little bit at EJ, why are you talking to my son like that? You don't have to talk to him like that.
Hey, what can I say? But you're welcome.
Whatever. So lastly, I think this ties back into the first thing that we mentioned and just to everything that we've talked about with the benefits of marriage is a support system. And not just from your spouse, like we mentioned before, extended family, but definitely have a support system. And I think that goes in with being an accountability partner as well. But you have somebody there to support you, like when you're feeling low, when you're not feeling your best, when you're tired, you have somebody there that can pick up the slack. Because I think one thing I learned in marriage counseling is that marriage is not always going to be 50-50.
No, they said it's never 50-50. They said it's always 100-100.
Yeah, but sometimes you're not always able to give
100
all, so the other person has to pick up the slack. And you have to be able to acknowledge when you're not able to give your all, and the other person has to be willing to pick up that slack, you know? So I think it's important to recognize that and have that in a relationship. Somebody, you know, that you can depend on and you have a support system. So if you lose your job, your spouse is not gonna be like, oh, you ain't nothing, you ain't doing nothing for this house, I'm doing everything. It should never be like that. So I think, you know, if you lose your car, your spouse should be willing to be like, hey, I'll take you to work, or you can take my car, we'll figure it out. It should always be a type of like give and take, push and pull type situation.
I think about the vows that people say, and like you could say the traditional ones or you could write your own, but I think a lot of times in marriage, and I guess I'm kind of changing the topic a little bit, but I think when it comes to that support system and what you were just saying, a lot of times in marriage, in the vows, people will say, you got me, I'm your rock, and when you gonna
in sickness and
when you down, I'll be the person that's gonna pick you up, all of that. And it sounds good and it feels good to say it, and emotions are running high when I'm saying it, but when it actually comes time to do the things that I said I was gonna do, then that emotion is not there. All of our family and friends are in the audience crying and snotting and stuff. So I don't feel as good as I did when I said it. And so I just don't do it. Or I'm making empty promises. And again, that's probably a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. Yeah. But I think having a support person and knowing your spouse and being in tune with your spouse is going to allow you to be an even bigger support system for your spouse. And like you said, with like accountability piece, like, yeah, I make fun of Nakia about working out, but if she go 2 days without working out, I know something wrong. Like everybody got a rest day, but normally, unless we traveling or something like that, Nakia gonna work out. And even if we are traveling, she's still gonna work out. And so, if you are in tune with your spouse, then not saying you know what's best for them, because you don't, but like, hey, I noticed something is a little bit off for you, or like you were saying, even when they down, if they having an off day or an off week, or hell, even an off year, like we all go through things, and you have to be willing and be able to be there for your partner. And yeah, we all want our marriages to always be up here, but the reality is that there's gonna come some times where it may not be like that. So
I agree. And I just realized we left off one benefit of marriage.
Sex. Yo, you know what I'm saying?
Living in sin no more.
That's probably, when we said you get a space partner and that's top? Nah. Sex is probably top tier. And number one.
I think the thing about, people always say, oh, you're going to have sex with the same person for the rest of your life. But you get to grow and learn and change with that person. Like, you get to experience things, and you can try new things, and you can have conversations about what you enjoy in the bedroom, what you don't like. The next morning you wake up and be like, man, last night was good. Or you can have ideas and say, oh, listen, try it in the kitchen. How about in the car, on the couch, in the living room. If you work from home, on lunch break, in the office.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep it spicy, but I think it's fun. And for us, we grew up as Christians, so we were always taught to, save yourself for your spouse. We may not have done that, but
hey, I did. I know what you're talking about. Save myself for marriage.
Yeah, you have a daughter.
Y'all never heard about the Immaculate Conception? But yeah, sex is a great benefit.
Sex with me, so amazing.
Yeah, it's a great benefit, and it is something about marriage sex that is different. Now, it might not. So if you had sex before marriage with your spouse, and then like the night of you had sex again, it may not change like that quickly. But to Nakia's point, it's the evolution and the growing and the trying and keeping it spicy. It's all of those things that really make me say, man, like, I like it. I'll give this example. So if you are driving a new car, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you about to share an experience?
No, what are you talking about? So if you driving a new car, like when you first get it, yeah, you in love with it. Like, oh man, look at all these cool features it got. It got this, it got that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look how I can take this turn. But the longer that you drive that car, and the more you take it out of town, take it on different roads, you know what I'm saying? You take it at different levels. Maybe you put it in sports mode one time. You start driving in stick shift, like you're doing all of that. It's still the same car, but you've grown to be a different person, and you know how to take that car.
The experience is elevated.
Yeah, the experience is elevated. You know that now you can take a curve doing 25 miles per hour, when maybe when you first got it, you couldn't take that same curve doing 25. And so, yeah, I would encourage you, get that new car, and get that new car smell, because marriage just takes to the next level.
That's it. That's all, y'all.
Cool.
I hope that we shared some cool benefits to marriage and made it appealing to you, make marriage
Yeah.
sexy. And drop down in the comments. Let us know what are some of your benefits to marriage. What do you think are the benefits of being married to someone?
Or some of your takeaways, like man, you know, I never thought about that, or I never thought about that. Because I mean, people have asked us what's the benefit to marriage, and not, I mean, it has been in like a condescending way, and then people ask because they really just are curious, like, why would I get married? What benefit to me to being married, you know? And so, yeah, drop down in the comment section and let us know.
Yeah.
Also, if you haven't yet, please like, comment, subscribe, follow. You know, we on all social media platforms. We just the marriage conversation. So, you know, until next time.